Hey guys, it's Andreas. Happy New Year. This is the first work day in the new year, and I wish you all the best in 2018. Today's talk is, I don't know what about. Let's see. This year I want to ramp up my game. I want to double down on creating content. My plan is to at least create one piece of content every day. It might be a video, my podcast, or an article, because I have the feeling that I can produce a lot more content than I did last year, and I have the methods down and to create content faster. I think it will be a fun year this year. I recently started on Instagram, and I've ran a Instagram ad end of last year for about a week that said, let's talk about data science and big data, and I got a lot of DMs on Instagram about how to start with data science and big data, and I would like to talk about that today. Also, I hope the sound quality is better, because now I have a different mic setup. I'm still using the Rode lavalier microphone here, but what I got for Christmas is this Zoom H1 recorder. I hope this thing will increase the sound quality, because what I didn't like last year is when I drive all this the low frequencies that are distorting the sound, and the Zoom I can manage the level of the microphone, so the cracking noises will hopefully no longer be there. And what I can do is I can use a low cut filter, and I think the low cut filter will help a lot here. So today I want to talk about all the DMs on Instagram. And the main theme was, how do I get into data science? How do I get into big data? And a lot of guys were talking about data science is quite hip now, and you can make a lot of money with data science. And that's the reason they want to do data science. They have no idea what it is, what you actually do. They know that it's the sexiest job of the 21st century. I don't know who came up with this, but this is a terrible punchline. So, but the problem is, and I hate this, is it's a very bad idea to think about doing a job only for the money. You need to do it because you like what you do, because only then you're really good at it. Literally what I told the guys is, before you even get into data science and big data, you need to understand what is data science, what is big data. What you need to do if you think about getting into big data or data science is you need to be clear what you want. Do you want to analyze stuff? That would be the data science route. Or do you want to do platform engineering? That will be the big data route. Platform engineering, that has to do a lot with the actual tools. Tools like Hadoop, MongoDB, Kafka, Spark. It's setting up systems, setting up clusters, setting up the connections between these systems, doing the work so that data is fed through the system, creating APIs, all the basically background stuff, what I do a lot professionally. It's not about doing the big analytics work. It's handling the data, engineering the systems, setting up clusters, running clusters, maintaining clusters. Maybe also further developing tools like Hadoop. And that is the engineering work for big data. So if you talk about you want to do big data, you talk about doing engineering work, background work. And then the other side is the data science side. When you talk about the data science route, the analytics, you talk about actually analyzing the data, doing statistical analysis on the data, joining data, doing a lot of machine learning. So you need to be clear that is a more high level task that has not so much to do with the actual tools. Yes, of course you need to know the tools that are used. You need to talk with engineering, because usually the engineering, the big data engineering tasks, tools need to fit to the data science tools. But in general, if you talk about data science, that has nothing to do with big data. You can do data science completely without big data. Completely. That affects what tools do you use, what languages do you learn. For instance, if you're going into big data and if you're going into engineering, then in my opinion Java is a very good choice to learn, because Java is very versatile. The tools usually have Java APIs and Java libraries, how you can manage the tools and handle the data. That is a solid choice. If you're going into data science, especially machine learning, Python is the way to go. Another thing is R. R is very good for statistical jobs. If you're going more into statistics, if you want to do big data, it is completely useless to do statistics, because statistics classes help you nothing in big data when you work with the tools. I don't need statistics. I have way bigger problems than analyzing data. One other solid choice that I assure you need to learn if you go with the data science route is you need to look into machine learning. And for doing machine learning, you should start with a online course. There are a lot of free courses that you can look into. Mainly the main things you need to start with is you need to look at supervised learning, and you need to look at unsupervised learning, and just start with stuff. Don't need to do a expensive course. For instance, there's a website, Cognitive Classes AI. I'm linking that in the description. They have a lot of free courses that are very good. That is a venture of IBM, or was a venture of IBM. Previously, it also previously had a different name when the big data hype was here. It was called Big Data University. Now it's called Cognitive Classes AI. And so, if you're unsure, just go there, do some free courses. Those free courses will help you a long way, and then you're ready to start. And then just start. And how do you start with machine learning? An easy way of doing machine learning is get yourself an example data set. I'm going to link a source for example data sets below as well. There are a lot of machine learning data sets, but one data set I'm recommending for every beginner is the Iris data set. It's a data set where you classify flowers. There are types of flowers and some features. like measurements of the flower, and with machine learning you try to predict what flower is it based on the actual measurements of the flower. And it's a very simple data set. It's not a very big data set, but you can do a lot of stuff with that. And also what I recommend is that you Google stuff. Just Google stuff. When you have the iris data set and you're not really sure what to do with it, just Google it. There are a lot of guys who already solved this problem, who already did stuff with it. Look what they are doing. Check out how they processed it, and that's basically it. Okay guys, so please, if you're going into the big data and data science realm, make sure you know what exactly you want. Do you want to analyze stuff, or do you want to work with tools in engineering? This is the most important stuff, and then you can decide what you need to learn. And also, please don't do data science just because it's cool, just because you've heard you get paid a lot. Look at what you want to do with data science. So that's it for this morning. I need to get to work now. It's almost 9. Bye bye.